The dismissive avoidant and sex, specifically the female, and as well as the dismissive leaning fearful avoidant too, falls into the same category. Now, what happens after a while in the relationship when the bond is formed is it starts to stagnate. You know what it's like. Suddenly they're not as interested as they were. What's going on with that? Okay, 100% of the time, a dismissive wants to engage in sexual conversation and activities, but is not going to show up to do that unless they feel safe. Now, this is the same for any woman. I know that's the case, but especially for a dismissive because of their history, which we don't need to go into now. So, if you want to really encourage your sex life to move forward, first, dealing with your relationship with yourself. Because unless you have that level of self confidence where you're not feeling bashful about talking about certain subjects, where your insecurities about, oh, I don't want to hear about her past lovers, I don't want to hear about the things that, she might want me to do, this is a problem. Anything to do with sexual preferences, histories, anything that you might be thinking should not be limited within a relationship. This is the one thing that should be completely open. No holds barred, no secrets, nothing withheld. If you want your relationship with your dismissive avoidant and dismissive leaning fearful avoidant to really move forward, you want to create that bond with them, help them to feel safe enough to be expressive in the bedroom. If you have that level of confidence where you can create a structure and say, this is the limit to where I'm prepared to talk about various things, and they can find where they feel comfortable within that. Eventually they'll find their way to talking about the same kinds of things that you're talking about. Just ask some questions. Be a little provocative. It requires confidence. So the bottom line, if you want to move forward with your sexual relationship with your avoidant partner of any kind, female, then your relationship with yourself comes first unless you've got that level of confidence, unless you've dealt with those insecurities at getting triggered, where you're feeling like you can't initiate certain conversations. You'll know what I'm talking about if this is you. I know what that's like because that was me too. Oh, I can't talk about that. Oh, fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, self-abandonment, all the kinds of things that us anxiouses struggle with. It's going to kill your relationship. So 100% you know it has to do with what's going inside there. Reach out. We can have a conversation about restoring your relationship with yourself, the parts of yourself you've left behind as a child, the parts of your authentic expression you've lost touch with. Bring them back to conscience. Bring back that self-assurance, that confidence, that spark to your sex life, and restore your relationship.